Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is about the radiators, the paneled radiators or trade radiators as you might call. So in this video I'm gonna explain you how they work, what to do if they're not working properly and or maybe they don't work at all. So I'm gonna use some pictures, some diagrams to explain it all to you so it will be clear. So please watch this video and subscribe at the end.
Every radiator's got 3 points that are necessary to control and maintain the radiator. Thermostatic valve that controls the temperature, lock shield valve that controls the flow of water, and a bleed valve for bleeding the radiator. On the feed side, on the pipe with hot water from the boiler, I've got an old thermostatic valve. It's self-regulating and works by sensing the air temperature in the room and automatically adjusts the flow of hot water to the radiator. So basically, when the temperature in the room drops, then the valve opens and the hot water from the boiler flows through the radiator till the room reaches the desired temperature. Then the valve closes and opens again when the temperature drops. On the other side of the radiator, on the return pipe, we've got a lock shield valve. When you remove the plastic cap, you will see a spindle, and this is for adjusting the flow of water through the radiator. You can use an adjustable spanner, and by turning the spindle clockwise, you can reduce the flow of water or even close the valve completely. And by turning the spindle anti-clockwise, you increase the flow of water. On this picture you see a radiator with thermostatic valve on the left and a lock shield valve on the right. And that's how the water flows through the radiator. Hot water from the boiler goes into the radiator, warm it up and exit on the other side. Return to the boiler to heat up again. On this basic animation you see a central heating system and how it works. This is a closed loop combi boiler system that serves the hot water taps as well as 4 radiators on 2 floors. There's no water tanks on the loft or hot water cylinder. The main supply is fed directly to the boiler, from where we've got hot water and heating. This doesn't show how to fill the radiators, but how the hot water travels from the boiler to each radiator and return to the boiler. All the pipes of the radiator can get really hot, and the colors just indicate that the red pipes are fed from the boiler and the blue are returned to the boiler. So that's how the radiator works, but what to do if one or few of them are not getting warm enough or just stay cold? One of the reasons why the radiator is not working properly might be a trapped air. The symptoms are that the bottom part of the radiator is hot, but the top is cold. This is pretty easy to fix. First we need to locate the bleeding valve on the radiator. This should be on top of the radiator, usually on the side, or like in this one, on the inner side of the panel. Usually you need to use a radiator bleeding key or sometimes flat screwdriver. So when you find the bleeding valve, put the bleeding key inside, turn it anti-clockwise and release the trapped air from the radiator. And wait till the water starts dripping out. Then obviously close the valve and you might find out that the pressure on the boiler is down. Then obviously you need to top it up. This is also easy to do. First you need to find a filling loop. This is usually on the pipes under the boiler. Turn off the boiler, wait for all the radiators to cool down, open one valve on the filling hose, then slowly open the second valve, and the water from mains will start to fill the system. Always check the pressure gauge, and if you fill it up to 1–1.5 bars, then you can shut both valves and turn on the boiler. Another common problem with the radiators is the sludge inside the radiators. The symptoms are that the radiator is partially hot, usually on top, and the bottom stay cold. Sludge is a mix of dirt and rust that builds over time and gathers at the bottom of radiators. The radiators are still working, but you can notice some areas that are not warm enough or even completely cold. In the worst scenario, the sludge can block the feed completely and the radiator is cold all the time. If the sludge blocks just one radiator, so the easiest way is to remove the radiator and clean it in a garden with a garden hose. If you've got problems with few radiators in the house, so it might be a good idea to order a power flush from your local gas-safe engineer. This might take a couple of hours, and he's gonna add some cleaning chemicals to the system that flush away all the debris and sludge from the radiators as well as the pipes. If you checked your radiators and there is no trapped air, no sludge blockage, and all the radiators working fine except one or two, then possible solution might be to balance all the radiators. When you balance the radiators, you balance the flow of water, so you can allow more water flow to the colder radiators and less to these that are too hot. To do this, you need to play with the lock shield valve, the valve on the return side of the radiator. Here is a sample of 3 radiators that work in perfect, but the last one in the system remains cold, even if all the lock shield valve in each radiator is fully open. If you reduce the flow of water in these 3 radiators that working fine, then the flow rate will be enough to supply the 4th radiator as well. And you can achieve it by fully closing the lock shield valves in each radiator and then open it again gradually one by one. Starting with the first radiator that is closer to the boiler, this one takes most of the flow, so the lock shield valve should be open only 1/4 of a turn. In the next radiator, close to the boiler, you can open the lock shield valve a bit more than the first one, let's say half a turn. And you need to repeat this process to each radiator in the house by opening the valves a bit more as you go further from the boiler. The last radiator valve may be opened fully to receive the same amount of heat as the rest. If you're not sure which radiator is first and which one the last, you can turn off the heating, open both thermostatic and lock shield valves in each radiator, wait for the radiators to cool down, turn the boiler back on and check which radiator warm up first and which one last. And that's it for today. I hope this video was helpful. If so, please subscribe to my channel for more and thank you for watching.